Hi, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. Good to see you again on video number 2 for this week. The things that you're going to need today are the packet of papers that I sent home, a pencil, and you will need to get your color tiles out. All right, so if you have all those things, let's go ahead and begin. All right, we're going to go through the rest of our cards that we didn't get through yesterday because yesterday we left off on that. So let's continue. W-A, wa, remember to be saying these, eind, L-L-U, floss rule, eild, F-F, floss rule, old, so he fly. Okay, for those of you who are kind of new to the class, we call this the open vowel, open syllable rule because when these letters are left on the end of a one-syllable word, they're going to say a vowel sounds long name. So, he, and the Y saying the I sound. Because in English, we don't end a word with the letter I when it says I. All right, so let's continue on. S-S, floss rule. A-L, all. Ost, ol. Now we're going to our suffixes. Suffix L-E-S-S, less. Suffix E-S-T, est. Suffix E-N-N. Suffix E-R, Suffix E-D has 3. Ed, d, t. Good. Suffix I-N-G, ing. Suffix I-S-H, ish. Suffix F-U-L, full. Suffix S, s. Suffix ly, lee. Suffix es, ez. Suffix ness, ness. Suffix y, e. Prefix a. Now we're to our final stable syllables, and all we do is just say the sound for these. Gull, dull, cull, full, bull, pull, zul, tull, cull, and that was it. Okay, let's go to the words that we left yesterday. All right, let's say each word as we come to them, and these are going to be the IGH trigraph rule words. Okay, they're on yellow because you need to be cautious when you spell these, and so as we see them, they're simple words, but sometimes we might forget how to spell them unless we see them pretty often. Okay, so let's go. Fight, light, lightning, bright, fright, night, might, sigh, sight, right. Good. All right, now go ahead and let's grab your tiles. Let's go ahead and let's remember some of the things that we know about our tiles. Okay, the green will always be a vowel sound. That's because our cards that are green are the vowel sounds. Red or blue, those are our consonant sounds. Some of y'all have red, some of you have blue. Okay, none of you have both. I have both because I think I gave the 4th and 5th grade one color, and then I gave the 6th grade a different color. Okay, so here we go. Now, when our procedures for this are, I'm going to say the word, you'll echo it, and then you need to unblend it with me. Then bring down your sound tiles. Now, for those of you who are kind of new, you only use one sound tile per sound. Hang on just a second, my dogs are barking. All right, I guess that's what I get for bringing my dogs to work, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Here we go. Our first word that I'd like for you to spell with your letter or with your colors are flight. Okay, echo. Let's unblend. Bl, that's 2 sounds, even though they sound like one. Bl, I, t. 4 sounds. That means you can only use 4 tiles. So go ahead and do that. Pause the video if you need to. All right, I'm going to use this time, or this tile, this color. Bull, that's two sounds. B, oh. Okay. Then I hear a vowel sound, I. Okay. And t, light. Now, I forgot to tell you to grab this, but you will need your dry erase marker because you're going to write on your tiles today. Okay, so here we go. First, okay, got me a color here, and blue. Okay, so we put one sound on each tile. Now, just because it's one sound doesn't mean that it's just one word, one letter though. Because on this, we're going to have to put our IGH. And then t, light. All right, so let's clear the board now. Let's get a big eraser. All right, so erase. Okay, so your next word is going to be fighter. I'm going to put my tiles up. Echo, fighter. Okay. Now, this one's a little longer, so let's see how many syllables it has. Fighter. It has 2 syllables. So what we're going to want to do is spell one syllable at a time. Let's see how many sounds it has. I, t, 4 sounds. You're only going to be able to use 4 tiles for this one. Pause the video, set your tiles up, and then come back and check and see if you have them correct. Okay, here we are again, and let's sound those out. It's a consonant sound. I, t. And then we have our second syllable, er. Okay, let's grab our pen. Here we go. Write the letters on there. Of course, our I sound is being made with the trigraph IGH. But how are we going to do the on the end of this? If this is a base word and we need to add a suffix, okay, what would that be? Are we just going to add just an R? No, we're going to have to add ER. Fighter. All right, let's clear that. Okay, now your next word is tightly. Okay, so echo, tightly. How many syllables? Tightly. 2. Okay, how many sounds? T, I, t, l, e. Now, I said those last 2 sounds separately, okay? So you can do it one of 2 ways, okay? You can spell this with 5 different tiles, or if you want to, we can combine those last 2 sounds, and we could say t, it, lee. Either way, I'm going to show it both ways. So set up your tiles, pause the video, and then we'll meet back. All right, let me get my tiles taken care of here, and here we go. T is a consonant sound. T. It. Okay, and this is if you spelled it with 5 sounds, which it really does have 5 sounds. And we would say T, and then the I is with our trigraph IGH, tight, and then when you go lee. Now if you spelled it with just 4 sounds, okay, which I said was okay on this one, then we would no longer need this tile, whoops, this tile right here, and we would just combine, so we could just see that this is the suffix ly. Okay, good. All right, let's go to our next word. All right, and our next word is sightless. Let's clap out the syllables. Sightless. 2 syllables. Let's hear all the sounds. S, I, t, l, s. 6 sounds. Now, I know for some of you, you're saying, okay, I think I can combine those sounds. So, if you want on those last 3 sounds, there is a way that we can combine them. So pause the video, set up your tiles, and then come back and meet me here. Oops. All right, here we go. First sound, S, I, T. So here's our first syllable. Our first syllable, sight. And now we want to work on our second syllable. L, s. Okay. This is the way it would look if we had all of the sounds on there. I'm going to go ahead and spell it out this way. So we have S, I, T. And then our second syllable, L, S. And this happens to have twin consonants back here, so we're going to have to do 2 S's on that. Now, I know for some of you, since you're older, you know that we can put this last part right here. We could have put it on one tile because we have one tile that has that on it, okay? So, if you wanted, we could have left this and we could have gone like this, and it would have been perfectly fine to have L, E, oops, S, S, and have that as a whole tile on its own because it is a suffix. Okay, so sightless. All right, we're going to stop there on our tiles. Okay, and the next thing we're going to work on is in your page packet. It's going to be page 98. So I'm going to bring that up on my screen here. Oops. There we go, page 98. So if you don't have that, grab it and turn to page 98. We have a list of words up at the top. Now I have some other things on here, but I have a list of words up at the top that we're going to go through, okay? Now, I'm going to be saying these words, okay? And so on here, I know this is a little different, but just echo after me. I'm going to be going across the lines today. So here we go. Found, echo, okay, that's how we'll work this. Lightning, different, jumps, cloud, thunder, always, strong, rushes, flashed, nearer, wonderful, things, helps, light, talking, mammals, counted, plants, flame, coast, copper, welcome, biggest, rumble. Good. Okay. Now the bottom of my page, if you'll notice on your page 98, I said listen to the video instructions for this page. All right. Now this is where we would usually, if we were together as a class, you would read these. We would have people reading these sentences. We would read them in different ways, put emphasis on different words, things like that. Well, I can't hear you read them. So what we're going to do is we're going to do it just a little bit differently. And remember, I ask questions after each of these sentences because a good reader, as they read, questions run through their mind. Okay? So, for example, on number 1, sentence 1. I have a bunch of stuff written around here, but that's okay. It says, Dad cut the copper wire with wire cutters. Now in class I might ask you, emphasize a word that you think would make this sentence be more understandable. So I might say, Dad cut the copper wire with wire cutters. Or I might emphasize something else. Dad cut the copper wire with wire cutters. Okay? Or I might say it this way. Dad cut the copper wire with wire cutters. Okay? So see how that sounded different each time that I read it. And when you put emphasis and feeling into your reading, you understand more of what you read. Okay? So what I'd like for you to do on the rest of the sentences on your page, read to somebody. And I know it's going to sound weird at first, but read to somebody and use emphasis on different words, or even read to yourself if you're too embarrassed to do it in front of someone. Read the sentences and use emphasis on certain words to make them come alive. Okay? After that, I would like for you to write a question about, oh, don't do it on all of them. Let's choose 5 sentences, and I'll put that right over here to remind you. Choose 5 of these sentences over here that you might write a question about. So, like on mine, Dad cut the copper wire with wire cutters. Okay, here are some example questions that I might have asked you guys if we were in class. What kind of wire was cut? Or what tool cut the wire? Okay, so these were some examples that you might go by. So I don't want you to do all of these. That would just be too much. Okay, but choose 5 of these sentences and write a question. Okay, because questioning is good when we read. All right, so we've come to the end of video 2. I hope to see you on video 3. Have a good rest of your day, and I will see you later. Bye.